Hey, what are you guys doing?
Getting ready for Cat Chat. What do you mean? Cat Chat. Starting again. Start first season.
The district podcast?
Yeah.
Cat Chat?
First episode of the season. We're
Oh,
coming.
that's right. I'm going to go check that out right now.
Welcome back to Cat Chat. I am one of your hosts, Chris Wallace, and
I'm Jenna Linusars. Welcome back for season 2.
season 2, we are here. We're ready to go. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome back to another school year.
I know. Did you enjoy your summer?
I did. Got some relaxation in, took a little vacation. How was yours?
I had a good summer. I traveled around with my son, taking him around the basketball. We got to go to Atlanta and Chicago and see some stuff. So
Okay.
it was cool.
Going around the country with CJ.
Going around with CJ. But,
Good deal.
it was a good time.
Well, are you ready for another season of Cat Chat?
Why not? Couldn't sleep last night. I was excited.
Were you?
Yeah, remember I came in and he was like, "Oh, you're already doing too much."
Because you've got the new Cat Chat fit.
You know, I'm feeling good. From Paul Prince. We're doing the embroidery now.
Humble
you know.
plug for Paul
Yep.
Prince.
And I got my Paul for Employee of the Month last year.
Okay,
know.
you were one of the employees of
One
the month.
of.
Slow your roll.
I'm only talking about me.
Slow your roll.
What do you want me to do here? You know. But let's talk about some other people.
Okay.
What's going on today?
Okay. So, as y'all know, if you have watched Cat Chat before, we like to start off every episode with our high 5 highlights.
Yes.
And those are 5 things that are going on around our district that are worthy of recognition, worthy of highlighting. And we have quite a few. Actually, you could probably argue there are more than 5.
Yeah.
Because we have a few new principals this year.
Yes, we do.
That we need to welcome and celebrate.
Yes. One of those principals, my first high 5 is going to be Hayward Middle School.
Okay.
And the new principal there has done most of his 30 years at Hayward Middle School.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He is taking over for Miss Edna Chapman, who had moved to assistant principal.
Yes.
And his name is Mr. Brent Hogan. Brent Hogan, I love him. He loves your kids. Hayward Middle School parents, you got a great principal. He's going to love your kids. He's not going to take any mess, but he's going to love every last one of them. So high 5 to Mr. Brent Hogan, new principal at Hayward Middle School.
Nice. And we also have a new principal over at Kenwood, Miss Crystal Cole, not her twin, Kristen, who is over at Fulton.
I can't never tell the difference.
Listen, some of y'all maybe have gotten confused. So we have Crystal and Kristen. They are both twins. We're lucky to have both of them. But yes. Crystal is over at Kenwood, and she is our new head principal over there. And she is actually joined by a new assistant principal too, Mr. Christopher Robinson. So we have a brand new admin team at Kenwood. Really exciting. And Crystal is really excited to get started with her team at Kenwood and kind of hit the ground running. So Crystal, we're really excited to have you. She's been at Kenwood for several years.
Yeah.
Not new to the scene over there, but looking forward to a brand new year with her kids.
Absolutely.
So yay, Crystal.
13
Welcome.
years with the district.
Yes.
13 years. Awesome
Yep.
job. Congratulations, Crystal. And Lagunda.
Yes, brand new to our staff here at Springfield City School District, Miss Shankita Whitlow.
Shankita Whitlow. I can't wait to meet her.
Yes.
I can't wait to meet her. Hearing exciting things. 14 years in Dayton Public Schools.
Yes.
14 years. So congratulations and high 5 to all of those new principals. Can't wait for them to get started and represent our district.
Absolutely. Welcome to all of our new principals. We also have some first day of school shout outs. So our new principals, if you're keeping track, that was our high 5 number 1. Our high 5 number 2 is our first day of school shout outs, because I saw some really cool stuff on the first day of school this year.
Tell me what you saw.
Okay, so I went over to Schaefer and they were doing walkout songs for their staff members.
Oh, really?
Okay, to introduce the kids to all of the staff over there at Schaefer. Every staff member chose what would be their walkout song.
Love it.
Okay, so I need to know, Chris, what would be your walkout song?
Blow the Whistle by Too Short. Already. That's my song.
That was so quick. There was no hesitation.
Yes.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. That's my walkout song.
You've thought about that.
Yes.
Okay.
I would love it. I go on and on. Yeah, that's me.
Listen, there were some good ones. I'm not sure if the kids remember all of them, right? Because some of them are a little like past their era. Yeah. But all of us were cracking up.
I'll bet you some it's stuck in what those kids' heads. Certain ones stuck.
I appreciate Miss Tammy Chance. Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh yeah, school starting, huh? Jesus, take the wheel. Awesome.
No, I thought it was a good idea. So awesome, high five to Schaefer. I thought it was a really cool and creative way to start off your year.
Zach Raines, principal there. Shout out, man.
Yes,
love
absolutely. Also, of course, Fulton. You guys are always bringing it home.
I mean, they always on the high five, but hey, if you're always doing something, we're going to rep you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They did a really great community clap-in for their kids.
Yes. And that has been, I'm so glad that Miss Howard, she came in with a bunch of new ideas and doing great things there, but she was also smart enough to see things that were already there and were working because they've been doing that, and I'm so glad she kept that going. So shout out to Miss Howard, Fulton Elementary for that. Awesome.
Those kids were so excited to come to school.
Yeah, I saw the videos. They was clapping, and the kids was getting out the car like, yeah, let's go.
I said, y'all need to come the rest of the 145 days or whatever it is.
Right, no doubt.
Well, that's 1, 2. Our third high five highlight has got to be for our new health center opening. That's a huge project.
Yes, very big for our district and our kids, and as well as our community. It is definitely has a community entrance to the facility, and our kids have an entrance from the school building. Yeah, that is awesome. I was there for the opening ceremonies as well as you were, of course, and it was a really historic day. You know, I really thought about being there, like, when I get older, I'm going to remember when this place opened up, you know, and I was proud to be there.
Yeah, it was a very big moment. Governor DeWine was there. Several of our other community leaders were there. So if y'all are not familiar with that project, get familiar with it. There's plenty of information out there about what is available to you guys as students, families, as you mentioned, community members, over on our website. So know that that's available for you. It's a great resource.
I got to talk to the Secret Service too.
Get out.
I did. They were like, hey, when they come, they're going to be flashing the lights,
they're
and they're just going to keep.
You.
They did. I was pulling in traffic, and they pulled up and flashed. It was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. I was like, yeah, come on. I was part of it. They're on their way.
No.
I'm trying to tell you, I was there.
You didn't get no badge or nothing. I was
part of the Secret Service for that day. For that moment, he came out and told me.
Is that why you got that pin?
I can't tell you that. Could be a camera.
Oh, my.
Or a microphone.
Anywho, our fourth highlight on the renovation train.
Okay.
Where we sit right now at the Dome, we are almost done with this portion of the renovation of the Dome, which is going to be huge too.
Yes, phase 3 is about complete. I think some of the last steps are Tiffany Jim just polishing the floor, and I think phase 3 is going to be complete. I walked through there, and it's an awesome place where the new board meetings are going to be.
Yep.
So if you want to be a part of the board meeting, it's not at the Clark Center anymore. It's going to be right here at the Dome, as well as volunteer training once a month that we do for anyone that wants to be volunteers. Everything will be right here.
Yeah. And then also some really cool manufacturing space for the kids.
Yes.
Some labs that have, things that come down from the ceiling.
Yes.
Some really good hands-on workshop space.
Yep. Tutoring pods.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff. Feel free. It is open to the public to when we open up that you can come in and see our facilities over there. It's very. I've been here for years in this building and watched it develop, and I'm real proud that what they've done to this building, because it means a lot to people in the community.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just a great building to drive by and just kind of admire, you know what I mean, the historical significance of this building. So it's really great, and we're all excited to be a part of it and have our share in it. So, and in case you didn't know, that's where Cat Chat is filmed, here at the Dome.
Here at the Dome. High five to the Dome.
Yes. So that is 4, and our last highlight of the first episode of Cat Chat is going to go to SHS. Because they had 2 seniors in the class of 2024 last year who got perfect scores on their International Baccalaureate exams in the spring of 2024.
Yes.
And Chris, there were only less than 5% of kids worldwide who got perfect scores on those specific exams.
Worldwide.
And our kids were in that 5%.
Those 2 kids who did that, you smart.
Smart.
You smart.
So
I love it.
that is huge. And we actually had one student, Hannah Madison. Shout out, Hannah.
What's up?
She was the first SHS student to get 2 perfects in the same year.
2 perfects.
Yes.
Wow. Did they try to be like, did they doubt it? She's good because when you do
that
perfect
good.
scores, they
She's
usually
that
like,
good.
You smart. I love it.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Wildcats.
Absolutely. So that brings us to our 5 highlights for the first episode of Cat Chat. So what do you do with this information? I will be glad to tell you.
Come on.
You send them in a direct message on the Springfield City School District Instagram to me. If you are the first one to do that, you will get a cat swag pack. This is full of good stuff, guys. Full.
And the swag packs is, they really swagging now. We getting better and better with the swag packs. So don't take this lightly. Get involved. Get you a swag bag. All right? Swag pack.
It could come in a bag, I guess.
It might come in a bag. It might be in a pack. I don't know. But it's going to have swag in it. For sure.
Absolutely. All you got to do, number it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell us what we talked about. That cat swag pack, now I'm doing it, is all yours. All right. So that takes us into our show for today. We have some great people lined up for everybody.
Yes, we do.
Who are you going to be talking to today?
I will be talking in the community connection segment with Miss Nikki Brown, Dr. Nikki Brown.
Yes.
And Miss Nettie Carter-Smith, who are part of our Wildcat club committee that is going to be contributing
the athletic club
to the the Wildcat Athletic Club that they're looking for members, and we're going to be talking about that and where they're going to be so you guys can catch them, and I'm really excited about that. Who you going to be talking to?
So I have 2 guests today. My first guest are our employees of the year.
Okay.
So I have Miss Blair, for those of you familiar with Miss Blair over at the high school. She was one of our employees of the year this year, as well as Marcy Hobson.
Now, Miss Blair represented the teachers, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And Marcy Hobson, downstairs here at the Dome, she represented the employee of the year for administrators.
Yep.
And then Fred Waltermeyer, he is not going to be able to join us today, but we will certainly recognize his efforts for the employee of the year as well.
Yes.
So,
and that was classified.
Yes.
Classified employee. And I know why he's not here, because he stays busy.
Yes. He's out there driving buses.
Yes. And coordinating them.
Absolutely. So that's going to be our Cat Den happenings today. And then on the featured alumni, I'm talking to Paavan Patel. And if...
He be breakdancing. That's why I did it. He's tough on all of that stuff.
If sneakers are your thing, then you need to get to know Paavan Patel, because he owns Field Kicks here in town.
Dope.
Buy, sell, trade sneakers.
I'm going to have to get there. I love sneakers.
Yes.
Got some vintage joints on now. But
yeah, you need to go see Paavan.
I'm going to go see him.
So I think we have a great first show lined up for everybody. And I think we're ready to get into our brand new season of Cat Chat.
Can I see you do the wave?
You don't want to see none of that.
Come on.
You don't want the smoke.
Come on. She's scared, y'all. We'll be right back on Cat Chat.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cat Chat. I am excited because here with me I have 2 of our district's employee of the years. So with me I have Miss Trisha Blair. She is our employee of the year for the group that represents teachers and principals. And then here with me on my left I have Marcy Hobson, and she is the employee of the year for the group of employees that represents administrators. And I cannot forget to mention Fred Waltermeyer, and he is our employee of the year who could not be here with us today, but he represents the employee group of classified employees. So that is our bus drivers, our custodians, our cafeteria workers, And we are really glad to celebrate all of you today and your accomplishments to our district. So thanks for coming on Cat Chat for a few minutes.
Well, thanks for having us on Cat Chat.
On Cat Chat, each of your first appearances. So
Yeah.
this should be really exciting. And I've gotten the opportunity to obviously speak with both of you when you guys were Employees of the Month. So, for those who are unfamiliar, this year our district kind of did a new employee recognition program to really highlight the good work that our employees do each and every day. And so we had an Employee of the Month out of several nominations. And then we were able to select an Employee of the Year. And that is how we kind of came here to be with each of you. So tell everyone a little bit about yourselves and your positions.
I am the Family Outreach Connections Specialist, and I work under Family Outreach Connections. My position primarily focuses on McKinney-Vento families and students. Those are students who are experiencing homelessness in Springfield. So a lot of my job duties include just helping those students get to school, making sure families have resources and are connected with those resources in Springfield. It can range anywhere from clothing to just school supplies or shelter referrals. We have a lot of shelter referrals and just anything that the family needs. And our main goal is to eliminate any barriers that they have in keeping them in school due to their housing situation. So,
absolutely. Ms. Blair?
Awesome. Well, hello. Well, I have been in the district my whole career, and I have been at the high school since it opened, and I just bleed, gold and blue. I am a Wildcat supporter through and through, and I don't do it for any other reason than I just absolutely love my job. I love my students. I love all of the people at Springfield High School and all of the people that I get to meet in the district, because I just like to be everywhere and know everything that's going on if I can. And it was pretty shocking when I received notification. I was like, oh, well, this is very humbling and very much appreciated, Wildcat family. Thank you so much. And I teach English at the high school, and I am the yearbook advisor, and you will see me at most of the events, if not taking pictures, then yelling very loudly for all of my Wildcats.
Absolutely. Well, and I know neither one of you will brag upon yourselves, but you were both selected because of your ability to go the extra mile for our kids, whether that is you, Miss Blair, spending countless hours upon hours putting together posters or doing things in your spirit boardroom, or you, Marcy, working on bicycles for children. It's all of those extra things that are what make both of you spectacular and what kind of made you shine in everyone's eyes. And so I know I was really glad to kind of get that on display for everybody. But our employees everywhere are doing things like that all the time. And I think that's really kind of the benefit of this program is everybody gets to see that now, and it's really on display for everybody. If you wouldn't mind, tell me, one of your most favorite parts about being a Springfield Wildcat and working in our district.
I'll let you go first.
Oh my, of course you will, because that's such an easy question to answer. I will tell you that the thing that just gives me the most pride and the most joy in being a Wildcat is being able to show not only the students but the staff that we are all in this together. We are all in this for the same goal, and that is just to make Springfield, well, for me, Springfield High School and the district of Springfield, a place where you don't only come because you have to, but hopefully we give you a little bit of a reason to want to come. I mean, one of the favorite things that I picked up doing was during the year after the COVID year, when so few students were back in person, we started playing music in the hallways, and I just started giving out candy on Fridays. And that has been a tradition that has just stuck. So I get to meet and greet students and staff who I don't get to see during a normal day. You know, they come up, I get to say hello to them. And it's all about putting smiles on faces when people don't think that they have anything to smile about. Give them a little bit of something to be grateful for. And that's what I try and do at least 1,000,000 times a day, every day, because I just want everybody to know that there is somebody who really does appreciate and love seeing you every day. I want you to know that you've got somebody in your corner. So that's my favorite thing about being a Wildcat.
Marcy, what about you?
Well, I first want to comment on what she said, because I think it's really important that most people don't pass each other in the hallways and smile anymore.
Yeah.
You know, most people are looking at their phones, they're distracted by something going on in their life, and by you just putting them on the spot and smiling in their face, it tells them, like, hey, remember, we're all human. Like, we're not just the only person going through stuff. You know, that student or teacher walking by you that day is probably, you know, they needed that, you know, and they needed you that day. So I think that's great. And I think that's why, you know, we're all here. Like, and probably why we got nominated is because, like, we both love our jobs. And I think that makes all the difference. There's a lot, like you said, there's lots of people in this district doing the same thing we are. And it does probably show a little bit more on the people who are passionate about what they're doing, because burnout is real. Like, and it's not an easy education world right now.
No.
So kudos to you for being in the classroom, because I get to sit in an office most of the day. So I think that's great. Probably, like, my most favorite moment is when I got to meet with a student last year and talking with her. I'm working with another teacher, Miss Gillespie at Hayward, who's fantastic. I'm going to shout out to her. But she's working with a student, and the student had previously been sheltered, and she had this passion project that she wanted to do. So I've been helping them connect with our local shelter, and we're in the process of actually putting a little library in front of the shelter, because this young lady's passion was to make sure that other kids who are going through what she went through have an opportunity to read books, because she said that helped her get through it. So while speaking with her, like, it really impressed me, because, you know, she was just beyond her years, of course. And, you know, she said that she wanted to do the project because school is her safe place. And, like, that really, like, touched me, because I don't always get a follow-up. Like, a lot of what I do is, you know, we're putting out fires left and right, like emergency situations. So it's like we're done with one and we're moving on to the next emergency. So just hearing her say, like, school is my safe place, it kind of was just like, you know, like, it felt really good, because, you know, when you organize transportation for students who are moving all over the place until they find housing, you know, school is their one place that they can go to, that they have friends, they have community, they have normalcy, right? Like, things aren't expected of them other than just being a child and being a student. You know, when they go home, sometimes that expectation is, you know, helping the family take care of things, and just having that extra burden on their shoulders that children shouldn't have. It's adult problems that our kids are dealing with. So hearing her say that was, like, my best moment, because it's just like, okay, I'm doing things, you know, like, it's just like, it does make a difference. And, you know, that just felt so good to have that and have that interaction with her. So, but yeah, we should be having a little library popping up soon at our local shelter.
Oh, nice.
So, and she helped build it and paint it, and I think another classmate of hers helped build it too. So
Good.
yeah,
Well, we'll have to look for that then. That's exciting.
I'll keep you posted on it.
Please do. So how are you guys moving into the new school year? I'm curious. What feelings are you having? What is a mantra? What is a motivation for each of you?
Is it Nemo? Just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Yeah, that's
keep
like
swimming.
I was just like, every day it's like we get up, like, let's do this, and it's just keep going. So I think that's probably my mantra every day. Is just hoping that, like, we eventually get there, but it's an everyday task. Yeah.
It is, you know, at the high school and the middle schools, the challenge right now is we're doing the big ask, right, of having students lock their phones in their yonder pouches, and I know that if that was asked of me as an adult to lock my electronic devices that I've been used to having with me my whole life almost, that would be a daunting task. And I want to shout out because I think that the students at Springfield High School are doing an amazing job for the most part. We haven't had the issues, you know, everybody predicted that we were going to have, you know, it's going to be the apocalypse, it's going to be terrible. And my mantra this year is to make the decision for my students to do that and to stay with us, is to provide them with the most engagement that I can so that they don't miss those phones and those electronic devices, and to foster that rekindling of that human contact that you were talking about, Marcy. You know, we can engage with one another and be just as, you know, entertaining as a, you know, 10-second, 30-second TikTok video. Not all the time, I know, guys, but that my true drive this year is to just make it worth the decision that we have said that those phones distract, so let us give you something that will better or, you know, enhance what you've got, is my mantra. And just to piggyback on that, this year, like up to 110 on that, saying good morning and just engaging somebody in a positive way every day, because it is tough out there. You are not wrong. We got a lot of stuff going on, but if I can make my hallway, my classroom, a place of positivity, maybe that can, you know, resonate outward, and we can see it expand throughout the school and then throughout.
Do you see a change in the students yet?
So we're 2 weeks in, and you say the good mornings, and then sometimes you hear a good morning, and then sometimes they just walk by, but I'm starting to hear a lot more good mornings coming right back at me, or how are you? Is everything good? Good to see you. Because I will tell you, if you say it and you say it enough, you start to believe it. So I want to say all of the things that are positive. And when I say it, Wildcats, I mean it. I'm very happy to see you every day. Even if it's a bad day for you, I would rather see you on your bad day than have you stay home and get into something that I won't be able to say something to you the next day. So come in. I will always have something good to say to you. Always.
And a good playlist on Fridays.
So I try. It's my favorite.
Well, the last thing I kind of want to ask you guys is, do you feel like this whole experience and going through and being nominated has kind of helped to open your eyes to, you know, noticing other people and their contributions, and, you know, maybe not even so far in the way to, you know, nominate others, but just noticing, right? And whether that's verbally saying to someone or, you know, just going out of your way to take notice.
I would say, yeah. I mean, I definitely, when this started to come about, I didn't know it existed until I was nominated. And then I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Like, to actually have that acknowledgement from a fellow employee that you're doing a good job and you're seen, it just felt so great that I'm just like, oh my gosh, like 1,000 people came to mind. I'm like, I've got to nominate this person because they did this. And there are so many people who go above and beyond. Like, there really are. That's something I will say about this district, that I love that you're doing this. Like, I really, really, truly love it. And it's so much needed right now. Because there's so many people who are they're working so hard just to make sure these kids have a good place to go every day, and they're seen and they're heard, and they feel accepted. So I think the more and more people do that, the more and more it will get noticed, and it's contagious. That's the thing. That's the thing, that it's like, oh, like it's like a bug that passes, a good bug.
Yeah.
It really is, because it's we really do need to let our staff know how important they are. Like, because so many, like, I would not be able to do my job if it weren't for registration, for secretaries, for principals, for nurses. Like, I have a lot of emails that come from just so many different people just saying, hey, I've noticed this. Can you look into it with the family? Without that, like, I would never know because I'm not in those buildings.
Right.
But to still have that communication between all the buildings is fantastic. To know that there are people in our district that are great at their job and will let me know what to do, like, I'm floored. I love that this is happening. I don't like that I was one of the first because, like, that's a lot of pressure, but I am truly honored and grateful and just happy to be a part of it, because the more we do this, the better. Like, we just have to just love on each other. Like, we are a family. We are a Wildcat family. We all come from different families, but we are one Wildcat family now. So I think we have to treat each other as such.
Yeah.
Well, I often say, to build on that, during the school year, I spend more hours at school during the week than I do at home.
That part.
And it's all voluntary. I don't do it because I'm in a paid position to do it. I don't do any of that. I do it because that's where I am. But I can't do what I do. When I found out that I received this, all I thought was, I can't do the things that I do without my secretaries, without my administrator being supportive of me, without my custodial staff people. You do not even know. I know they are amazing. They will deliver things for me. They will, I have boxes and trash, and they just are right there at my back and just are ready. I mean, even our groundskeepers, like the people that I need to plan an event or to, like, and I have crazy ideas, and all I have to do is say, so I kind of have this crazy idea, and if I need staff members, they're like, oh no, what does Blair need now? And I'm like, come on, I can't, I just can't do it without my village, right? And this program is, my teachers and my staff members who receive their accolades, they wear their lanyard and their pins with such pride, and that is something that lets you know this is very meaningful. This isn't a trinket that I'm putting in my desk drawer. These people are displaying it proudly because they know it comes from somebody who, one, took the time to sit down, write something, and it's from somebody that they work with who doesn't have no skin in the game except to say, I can't get to you, but I could do this, and I want you to know that I really, really appreciate you. And we all know one of the number one things to keep a person in a job is to feel genuinely appreciated by those that they work with and those that they work for.
Absolutely.
And this is probably one of the best ways to manifest it, to show it.
Yes.
And you are correct, though. Being selected as, you're like, oh, I'm the first one, so I have nobody to go back to and say, how do you behave when you get something like this? We're forging a path here.
We are still going to do a secret handshake when we get with Fred. We have to still develop that.
The three of you,
because we are.
We're gonna do a secret handshake.
We are the inaugural group, right?
Yeah.
That's right. I'm really sorry that he can't be here. He's probably working on something.
probably driving a bus as we speak.
Oh my
I
gosh.
talked to him earlier, and he's swamped. Like, they are the busiest department, like, right now.
Yes.
Like, just getting everything together and organized, and they help us out tremendously.
Yeah.
Fred is amazing. The whole staff there is amazing. So, yeah.
I will say, transportation, kind of, you just take for granted that those kiddos walk through the door.
Right.
They can't.
They can't get to you or you
do that
without them.
our transportation, and they go to the lengths of the earth sometimes to pick up kids to bring them to school. And it's just, you just don't realize how many cogs are in this wheel that makes this work. And I think about technology and all. Well, the reason this is happening is because of the wonderful people who can put it together. And I think if the one message would be to anyone who is listening or watching is if you see someone that you work with who you're like, they're always just busting tail and doing what they need to do, stop. Get on your computer, pull up. It's such an easy form to fill out. And even if it doesn't come to being the employee of the year, what you need to know is that at that moment, you are the employee of the day for that person to nominate you. And if you put enough of those days together, you're going to be more than the employee of the year. It could be the employee of the decade. So it's no small feat, and everybody is working really hard, and it doesn't go unnoticed, but this is a great way to be able to share that.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's a good place to end it, ladies. And so I really have to thank both of you, number one, for agreeing to come on Cat Chat, but number two, for your contributions really to our district and for our kids every day, and for putting your hearts and your souls into this place, because I know that the time is not even numerable. So really, thank you both so much. And we will be right back with more Cat Chat.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to Cat Chat, and this is our community connection segment. And today I have with me Miss Nikki Brown and Miss Nettie Carter-Smith. How are you ladies today?
We're fabulous.
Doing great.
This is some exciting news today on our community connection segment. We have two of our first athletic boosters that's going to be a part of our athletic booster club.
OGs.
Yes.
The original.
OGs. The original. That's right.
When we say original, we mean original.
Original.
Right?
Foundation layers.
Foundational, right? And it's just not everybody up here just wasn't Springfield High.
That's right.
Right? It was Springfield North, and it was Springfield South when we came up.
Right.
And you got Panthers here? Panther?
I'm a Panther. A Panthers.
Wildcats. So we got a Panther and a Wildcat, and we got a Panther Wildcat.
That's it. Right down the middle.
I was both of them.
Yes.
Freshman and sophomore Panther, junior, senior Wildcat. Ladies, this is a great moment for our program. Nikki, I'll start with you. How did you come about saying, like, when this came up, how did you know, like, hey, I want to be a part of this and I want to be in the forefront of it?
Well, it started probably with my kids. I mean, like I said, 1993 graduate of Springfield South High, All-American cheerleader. I'm always going to cheer for the Wildcats. But when my kids started school, and we started going to their athletic events, and I just wanted to be a part. I wanted to support the coaches, because I understand that coaches are our last line of defense when it comes to retention and success of our students. So as a parent, I was like, what can I do to get involved, to support you, to support the students? Which led me to the district, like at the district level, like, hey, use me. I want to figure out how we can get this done and get this going. But we saw needs. Coaches would express to us, well, we need this, we need that, fundraising and things. And I'm like, yeah, I want to rally the troops. That's what I've done for years. And I'm like, give me an opportunity to reach out and tell the story and express, the need. And yeah, so when the district, when Dr. Gordon came to me and said, this is something that we want to do, I said, sign me up.
Awesome. So you rallying the troops. Speaking of rallying the troops,
Okay.
we got a true rallier right here.
I appreciate that.
And Miss Nettie Carter-Smith. How did you get started, and where did you see? I know you took your needs analysis of the situation. Where did you see? When did you know that there was a definite need of that?
Oh, well, for me, honestly, it was always a yes. I am Springfield community. I am down.
First original basketball coach as well when it was Springfield High?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm actually the elders lady here in the house. I'm a
Okay.
1984 graduate.
Respect.
Yes.
Respect.
Yes. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm
a
the
ni-
baby.
Yeah. Okay. And there he goes, right? But anyway, yeah, I'm a 1984 graduate of North High School, Panther. And, to be honest, for me, it kind of goes back. I played basketball, played sports, was fortunate to get a basketball scholarship. But in 1977, the girls' basketball team won. They were all state champs, right? Many of those young ladies lived on the South Side, right? I had the opportunity, so fast forward, I had the opportunity to come to South, but chose to go to North, but coached at North and then actually coached at Hayward on the Southwest side. But when Springfield High became one, I wanted to have the opportunity to coach the girls' basketball team, to show that unity and the fact that, we are one city. And regardless of whether you, lived on the South Side, live on the North Side, we're coming together. Actually on North's campus, so that, made me feel a little bit better because we are home, right? This is, what we do. But just to have the opportunity to sow into some of our young ladies to play basketball, and not just basketball, but to try to teach life skills. I think this is a great thing because we need to come together as a community.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's
True that.
and the fact that we have this one district, one public district, and it's not just athletics, but it's so much more. That it's Springfield, right? It's football at Springfield. It's all of these things, and we're starting, as we should, at the foundation level, elementary, middle, high, and we're all one. How awesome is that? How can
It's
you not
amazing.
get pumped up?
One family. I'm ready to do it right
One
now.
family,
Ready to
one
do it.
love, one family.
Yes.
It's all good.
One team, one family. A whole bunch of dynamics is going into this.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, what are your visions of this athletic booster program? And either one of you can jump in on this. What are your visions of where you see this athletic booster program going and being real effective, if that makes sense to you guys, committee wise? And
Well, I will start first with communications.
Okay.
One of the things that everyone struggles with is getting the word out and understanding, what we're doing, what the needs are, what the community, what the parents and students and community would like to see. One of the things that when I'm traveling with my kids to their sporting events, one of the first things that some of the responses I hear from my children are, did you see their facilities? Did you see their uniforms? Did you see this? And the truth of the matter is, and we know this professionally as grown-ups and adults, if you look good, your performance is good, So if our students see that the community and the district value and are supporting and investing in our facilities, our practice equipment, then they're going to perform. And they're not just going to perform at the athletic level, they're going to perform academically because they're going to want to stay in the programs. They're going to perform outside. They're going to go to colleges. They will excel in so many different ways. And then we as a community will grow because we become one of those districts where people want to be here, where we're bringing people into the city because they want to be a Wildcat. They want to be a Springfield residents. They want to be a part of this community, and Springfield has a great community. And I feel like we don't do our due diligence at highlighting the resources and the talent that we have here. And it starts with communications. And I'm super excited about the transparency that is built into this new Wildcat Athletic Club, and how we will be able to share information and to influence the results that that come out of the investment.
Awesome. You want to add on that?
I just piggyback on what Dr. Brown said because, I mean, she did. She hit all of it. And the other thing I guess I would just add is we are setting a standard now, right? This is going to be our expectation. And, I said it earlier, starting from the elementary school, really from preschool, and letting them know you're a wildcat. You're not a tiger, you're not big red, you are a wildcat.
Wow,
and
man.
setting that, right, and building that, right? The communication is so important. The other piece to this is I think that there are opportunities for people to be supporters, be sponsors on different levels. I'm already a sponsor, right? And so it's so important to be able to give people options, right?
Yes.
Maybe you start low and then you build that up.
That's right.
That is so, it can be empowering, it's contagious because you bring people in. There are so many opportunities for us to pick up on low-hanging fruit. Before we came in here, we were just chopping it up and just talking about so many former athletes that we can tap into, right? Nikki's got a whole family full, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that come to the games and support Wildcats. And there are other people that we can just bring to the table to say, hey, we need you. We need your expert. And when you bring those people in, you get buy-in. And that's just low-hanging fruit. And that just helps us build what we're doing.
And even the ones that identify as a Panther.
Hey,
You are still part of this family.
You're still
absolutely.
Family members have all different type of human beings
That's
in that
exactly
family.
right. Yeah.
So if you are identifying as a Panther,
Right.
you are a part of this. So
And I'm going to make it my mission to go after some of these Panthers.
that's right.
Yes.
Assertively, not aggressively. We're not going to take it to the basketball court, right?
Yes.
Couldn't do that anymore. Anyway, but no, really, because it's one city, right?
Yeah.
It's our community.
That's right.
Just like we said.
Yeah, you walk down that wall right now in the gym,
That's
and you
exactly
have
right.
Panthers right next to Wildcats.
Yeah.
we are the modern day Brady Bunch of district school athletics.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's funny because so I went to school with Carlton Claiborne, right? And so I'm right next to him on the wall.
Wow.
And he went to South, right? And same year, graduated, Jason G. It's awesome, right?
It's amazing.
Because at the end of the day, we're still one.
Yeah.
We're still one.
Springfield.
Yeah.
We're all Springfield. This is awesome. Kind of tell me the dynamics of this athletic booster club. Like how many people would do you see like we are needing? Because after this gets out,
We want all the people.
We want all the people. All the people, because we for the people. We need the people. Can we get some people?
We want them all.
We want them all. Exactly.
We want
to
some people.
We need some people. We want to fill stadiums. We want to fill the gyms. We
Yes.
want to fill tennis courts.
Yeah.
Baseball. I mean, and
We
that's
want
the
a
thing.
tailgate in the parking lot
Okay.
because there ain't no space in the stadium no more.
Say it. That's exactly
That's what
right.
we want.
I mean, and
we
why
want
not?
all the people. There
That's exactly
is
right.
no one's getting turned away. And yes, there's some built-in communities in the program. There's opportunities for you to get directly involved if you have the time to invest in that for fundraising. If you have the talents for event coordinating, there's opportunities for you to sit on committees to be able to do that. And we want those people. We really want those people. But we want just membership. We just want, whatever you can do, put on a t-shirt, show up, ring a cowbell, support in whatever way, get the word out. I'm sure that the district is going to be sending out information during Facebook. If you are the social media gurus and you got folks that you're able to share and then you get 1,000 likes, then share. Let that be your talent.
That's
but we
exactly
want
right.
we want all the people.
And it also starts in the classroom.
Yes.
Because, Dr. Brown, I call him that boy, Mr. Wallace, Coach Wallace. I mean, honestly, we know we have to have strong students, right, so that we can participate. So maybe it's the academic track that you choose to do, because we got to make sure we take care of the schoolwork to be able to participate.
Absolutely.
And,
So if you are committed to being a Wildcat Club committee member, please look at the link below, follow the link below, and also contact Ron Gordon, our Director of Community Initiatives, and his email is below. And our 2 members here will be at
Homecoming.
What you doing on the 27th of
September
September?
27th.
Yeah, you gonna be there?
I'm going to be at the homecoming game.
I'm gonna be there too. Yes, come through.
Come see the booth. Check us out. Get some information. Sign up.
Wildcat Strong. Start now.
It's just turned into a movie. Cat check. Will be right back. All right.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cat Chat for today's featured alumni. I'm really excited because today I'm here with Paavan Patel, owner of Field Kicks. If you guys have been over to his store on North Plum Street, you've got to check it out. Paavan is an alumni of Springfield High School Class of 2019, and he has got an incredible story about becoming a business owner, and I am really excited for him to share it with you guys. So welcome to Cat Chat.
Thank you for having me.
Paavan, tell me a little bit about first your time as a student at Springfield. Tell me what that was like for you, some of your favorite memories. Go back to that time first.
I had a great time in Springfield High. I mean, it was a super diverse group of people when I was there. I'm sure it's still the same way right now, but yeah, I had a great time. I had great teachers around me, great coaches. So yeah, it was a good time.
So you actually went to school for real estate.
Yeah, so I went to school for finance at first, and then I switched over to real estate. This was a little bit after COVID time, and I just saw this big boom in the market and stuff. I was I kind of want to get into it. So I went to get my license. Didn't end up getting licensed, but I was doing that at the time at Ohio State. So yeah.
So how does, your interest in shoes and buying and selling and trading shoes kind of come into the mix here?
So I've been around sneakers pretty much my whole life. I think starting in 4th or 5th grade, I was just a collector. I was just crazy about it, and then I had to figure out a way to fund my collection. So I was just I'd wait in lines, I'd buy one pair of shoes, and then sell it to pay for another pair, and just kind of kept snowballing. And then when COVID hit, it really took off. So I had an Instagram page that I just started out of the blue. I was just you know what, just make Instagram, post shoes on there. If it sells, it sells. And then during my time at OSU, I just kept meeting a bunch of people because we have a really big community for resellers in Columbus. So because of that, I was meeting all the store owners, things like that, and then it kind of just grew to what it is right now.
So at what point do you decide, you know what, I'm going to take this next leap and I'm going to make a brick and mortar, I'm going to have a store?
It was tough. So my first year, right after graduating OSU, I wanted to go into property management. I wanted to do that. And then I was working at a front desk job at a hotel over there, mopping floors, things like that, just to get into it, figure it out, because I didn't have any internships or anything up until that. So I needed some way into property management. And then it just dawned on me one day. I was I really don't want to do this, because at the same time I'm doing sneakers, I'm reselling out of my apartment, and I'm doing better doing that than what I'm doing in my current situation. So I was just if I'm going to do it now, I should probably just go for it. I sat down with my dad one day. We had an empty space where the laundromat is right now, so that's what my dad does. And it used to be a game room. He was if you're really serious about it, tomorrow we'll start figuring it out. And
he said next day we're doing it.
Next day we're doing it. Okay. We got there, we started taking out all the vending machines that we had. We hired a contractor for our flooring, things like that. And then we got to it. 2 months later, we had a brick and mortar, and it was ready to go. Yeah.
Now, before we got started, you shared with me that you are really running kind of all of the aspects of this.
Yeah.
Talk a little more about that and really what is involved in doing that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a lot of work. So you definitely have to you got to be the marketer. You have to do all the inventory yourself. Knowing who to trust in the business is pretty big too, authenticating everything. So I've learned some of those things along the way, but things that are new to me obviously are social media, posting reels, things like that. We do a lot of that stuff now. Yeah. I never did that before brick and mortar, so that's been a big change to me. It's something I wish I did in college that I didn't do, because I never really had like a liking for it at first, and then once I started to do a little bit, the views are getting up there, so like now it's kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you feel like what do you think was the biggest challenge for you in starting your store? And I mean, you talked about it a little bit, like, was it the marketing? What was the biggest thing for you to overcome?
I think biggest thing at first is just doing it. I mean, when I was like in my apartment, I just used to sell out of there. I think biggest thing that was stopping me was, I mean, working at a job that I didn't like, and then having that leap of faith and just doing it. That was a big thing. And then obviously like the marketing aspect, getting my name out there, that's also like pretty big. So making videos, things like that, that was definitely like the most challenging part for sure.
Have you been surprised at how much time and how much like continual time that you have to invest in your business each day to make it successful? Yeah,
it's a lot of work for sure. So I mean, I think I'm pretty much doing sneakers, it seems like 24 hours out of my day. So yeah, like most weeks I'll probably work like right now at least 60 to 80 hours a week, just getting things together. Obviously that's probably going to change as I like evolve the business and start hiring people to do certain tasks. But yeah, I think when you start a business, you have to be in it yourself, and you have to like know every single aspect of it. And if you don't, then you don't really have like a good chance of like succeeding in the future, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, tell me about like what's been the most exciting part for you. What's been the funnest part of it? There has had to have been, you know, some high points for you, some exciting points. What have those been?
I think my biggest thing is connecting with customers. When I opened the business, I was really afraid that people wouldn't be into it. I didn't think there was going to be like a huge market in the city, but I knew I wanted to do it here because we didn't have anything like it. So I think my favorite thing about the whole business is just connecting with people. I have like regular customers that come into the shop now. Yeah. So yeah, that's the most exciting and fun part for me, is just that.
So I'm a new customer. I walk into your store. Describe it to me. What can I expect?
You can expect high-end sneakers. I try to keep a really good price range. So we have sneakers as low as like $50 on our pre-owned side. And then you can expect some all the way up to like $1,600 for like our off-white 4s, things like that. But yeah, you'll see that. You'll see a few clothing pieces. That's one thing I'm kind of like exploring right now. Before I opened the shop, it was just sneakers. And so now I want to get into clothing a little bit more, so that's something that's going to grow over time. But yeah, you'll see this big green wall in the back, LED sign, and then a whole bunch of sneakers, probably like over 400 pairs.
How have you gone about getting that kind of inventory? I mean, that's a lot of sneakers, a lot of stuff that you've had to go about collecting.
Yeah, sacrifice for sure. There was not a lot of spending for like the last like 4 or 5 years I've been in business. I don't really spend a lot of money on myself. Pretty much any penny that I earn pretty much goes back into the business for me. So I think I started last year, I had probably close to probably 40 to 50 pairs in my inventory, which isn't a whole lot for people to choose from. And then I just kept working. I was working at that hotel job, so any paycheck that I got went right back into sneakers. If I hit big on something, whatever it might have been, another score, goes right back into sneakers. So yeah, just reinvesting in your business is key.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it extremely difficult for you, especially going to college for something else? Was it hard for you to kind of veer off that path and be like, you know what, even though I set my mind to this, I'm actually going to go this way instead?
Yeah, that's probably the scariest part of it all. Because I mean, at first, like, people do judge you for sometimes doing that, taking a leap of faith. So, I mean, I was always telling my parents that, hey, I got this property management gig, or I'm going for this internship. But I would never really speak out about the reselling side of it, just because out of a fear of, like, judgment.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, one day you just have to, like, sit down and really, like, see exactly what you want to do, what you're good at. I tell a lot of people that if you have like an itch to do something, you should probably do it. If you're good at something, recognize that as early as you can. Even if you've went down a different path, I mean, if you see something else that you're like getting into, then try it out. I mean, there's no like harm in it.
Who have been some really good mentors for you as you continue to grow yourself?
My dad's probably like my biggest mentor right now. I mean, he's a business owner. He's been a business owner for pretty much his like whole life. He came to America in like 99, started working at convenience stores, grew that, and then, yeah, he started his own business in Delaware, Ohio, and then he opened a laundromat here in Springfield. So, yeah, that's definitely my biggest mentor. I've always wanted to do business because of him, and so
Nice.
having him next door kind of helps a lot.
No, that's really great, especially that you guys are still next door to one another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you guys can be almost co-business owners.
Yeah, I help him out. He helps me out. If I'm
Yeah.
gone on vacation or whatever it might be, he's running the shop. If he's gone, I'm running the laundromat. So it works out pretty well.
What is something that you wish you could tell yourself as a Springfield High School student, knowing everything that you know now?
I think it's probably just don't fear judgment from others. I mean, do what you want to do. Like, just because you think that some people might not like what you're doing, don't listen to that. I mean, obviously take criticism from people, but just follow your own lane and just do what you want to do and take that leap of faith probably.
And what do you feel like, I'm sure there are other kids, you know, in our district right now who have wonderful ideas to start businesses. What do you feel like a couple of really keys to success for them would be? What do you feel like are those most important pieces of information? Like, if you were going to start this business, you have got to do these things.
I think research is the biggest thing. You have to know exactly like the in and outs. You might not know everything right away, but you had to keep at it. It's not like a one day like get rich quick type of deal when it comes to business. You have to like keep at it. If it takes 40 hours, whatever it might be, just put your all into it if you're gonna do it. And it's okay at first to like try out like new ideas, things like that, but you just have to know at the end of the day, if I'm starting a business, if I have an idea, you have to put in your all. And you can have like this like side quest, whatever it might be, if it's like school or if it's like another job that you need to do to fund whatever you're doing, do it, but just remember that it's gonna take time, that it's not gonna be easy for sure.
Anything else?
I'm good, yeah.
Okay. Paavan, where do you see yourself in the next 3, 5, 10 years? Where would you like to be?
I think I might want to probably go into a bigger space if possible. It's like we're slowly like getting to a point already where it's like I'm running out of space, things like that. So if an opportunity arises, maybe open up another shop, probably in the city or somewhere close to it. That's one thing. I do want to get into real estate, so eventually do rental properties, do investments within real estate. That's one thing I want to do. So yeah, just keep growing the brand, keep growing like personally. Just I want to keep evolving and doing things like that.
Absolutely. Well, before we send you off, where can everybody find you if they want to come check out your store?
Check us out on Field Kicks on Instagram, Facebook. We're on Snapchat, everything pretty much. So yeah, all social media is Field Kicks.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on Cat Chat. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Cat Chat. Chris, what a good first episode.
I love the way it started off, man. Very smooth. Everyone gave a bunch of information. It was really great. Way to start it off. You did a great job too, as always. You're the pro.
No. I think this has been such a good first episode. I'm really excited for everybody to get involved in the athletic club.
Yes.
And all of the good opportunities that that's going to provide for our kids.
Yes.
Nikki and Nettie were, first of all, hilarious, but I think that they are going to be awesome front runners for that.
I love the fact that we addressed the elephant in the room for some people, because some people are still caught up in, I wasn't a Wildcat, I'm a Panther. And Nettie really brought all that into us being one family now, one community, one city. So I'm really glad that she put it together like that, because sometimes when you get on camera you forget to say things, but she really she really checked all the boxes. So really excited to see how that turns out for the Wildcat Athletic Club.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I imagine 6 months from now, maybe we'll be talking about all of the things that they've been able to accomplish. So I think that's going to be a great program.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm really glad that you chose to wear your pin today, since we did Employees of the Year.
Now you following me. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Such a hard time and didn't realize that I was she tries to keep me humble. But
I appreciate it, but I don't know if y'all know, but we have over 1,100 employees in this district.
That's right.
So it is a huge deal that we've taken the time to recognize these people and their contributions, because it takes a lot to come to work every day and make this place such a great place for our students.
Yeah. And if you ever seen Miss Blair,
she never stops.
Runs how she coordinates a pep rally.
Literally runs.
Oh man, she is totally invested in this district, without a doubt.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Yes.
I has actually learned so much about Marcy that I did not know, and what she does behind the scenes that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. And even outside of her 9-to-5 job, she is working constantly for our kids. To just work in this very small group of underprivileged kids and make sure that they are still having a good experience here. She is so selfless.
Yeah, the things they do and the energy they put in it. Like, people can do things, but if you don't put the energy in it, the people who you're doing it for aren't going to feel that.
Right.
And they feel that, even all the way to their trunk or treats that's coming up in October and the stuff that they do. They put the time and effort in it to make those kids know that, man, they really did this for me. So those kids that need that, when they don't have much outside of here, they can take that home with them. So that's awesome. Yeah.
Well, and we have to shout out and thank Paavan Patel, who, as young as he is, right, class of 19 grad,
big
out here as a business owner. You know what I mean? I think that is fantastic. I think he's setting a great example for all of our kids coming up, that, hey, just because your plan A wasn't what you wanted to do, no worries. Go after your plan B.
Go after it.
Chase your dreams and follow what you think is right. So I really appreciated him coming on and sharing his story too.
The epitome of standing on business.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The epitome of it. Love it. Love it.
Well, and I think that there will be quite a few kids who go and visit his store after this episode airs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Helping our alumni out. He's bringing himself right back into this community, putting back into this community, investing in it. It's a great thing.
Yep. I hope his business continues to grow and flourish. He said he's already running out of space.
That's right. Positive vibes your way, my friend. Positive vibes your way.
Well, I don't think there's anything else to do here but send everybody else home. Remember to send those high five highlights to the district Instagram at SCSDOH. If you want that cat swag bag, guys, it's the first one of the year, so you know it's going to be good. Anything else?
The standard is the standard. The Wildcat way.
All right. We'll see you guys next month.
Peace.
Bye.